And then there's the end. So the end of CBGB. This is really sad. So the Hilly Crystal leased a building from a group called the Bowery Residence Committee, and all this shit in the 90s, it started to gentrify. And Hilly Crystal's last lease was like $19,000, and it was something in the contract like, hey, we can increase the lease by a modest amount. There was some sort of communication breakdown or whatever the fuck happened. The organization suddenly was like, said that the rent had been going up and Hilly Crystal had not been paying the increased rent. And then suddenly he owed like 91 grand in back rent. And they were like suing each other. And then just as that was going on, his current lease was expiring in 2005. And this group that owned the building wanted to raise his rent from 19 grand a month to 40 grand a month. And then became all that, everything gets legal. Everybody's suing everybody. There was like eviction notices and shit like that. The music industry tried rising up. Artists started talking about like speaking out. New York City was like, hey man, we'll help you move to another location. And he was like, fuck off. This is my home. I'm not doing it. He was in discussions to possibly take the thing to Vegas and start it over again. And none of that ever happened. CBGB closed October 15th, 2006. Hilly Crystal died 10 months later of lung cancer, and that was kind of the end of it. But the epic show at the end was a blowout where Patti Smith just wrecked it.
Yeah, I remember it happening.
And the building is now on the National Register of Historic Places. And I find this kind of gross, but it's now like a John Varvatos clothing store where the graffiti is still there.
There's a beam there that has graffiti on it. That's like the only thing that's left. That's what I was told.
Yeah, I've never been there. It's like, and John Varvatos is like kind of a rock
I don't even know who
fashion
he
dude.
is. I have no idea who he is.
I only know him because Howard Stern wears his shit all the time. So it's like, $1,000 jackets and stuff like that. And
God,
the awning is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I remember I was going somewhere for work, and I was flying out of the Newark airport, and I was in the Newark airport at like 5 a.m, and I was really grumpy. And I was walking through the terminal, and I turned to my right, and I saw a restaurant called CBGB, and I felt like the dude,
place down.
right, the dude in Pulp Fiction when he turns around and sees Bruce Willis, and motherfucker, I'm like, what is this?
I can see you coming with your luggage being
right,
miserable and turning to see this thing.
And my poor wife had to hear me at 5 a.m. going on this rant because it's like. It's a restaurant and it sells like the T-shirts.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me, dude. It's a Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah, right. In an airport. And they will have the signs inside like CBGB lives on. I'm like, no, man, it's
awful. Over. It's dead.
Yeah.
But I understand Crystal, like move to another location. I would never move McCuskers to another location. It's fucking over. It's over.
I think he was close to going to Vegas, but then he died.
That would never worked.
It wouldn't have been the same.
Maybe it would have. I don't know. Maybe it would have been bigger.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You can't fucking reproduce something like that. Other clubs in New York City tried to do it after CBGBs. Upstairs, a couple of different places became punk rock places after CBGBs played it. A couple famous places. I don't got the names at the top of my head right now. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame that New York City changed so much that they forced.
Yep.
And that's happens to like neighborhoods.
Sure. It's shit. It happens in Philadelphia, right? Near us.
In low class neighborhoods, it happens.
Yes.
They fucking get everybody out of there of the low income, and they tear it down and they build fucking amazing any kind of house that's worth more money than I'll ever be able to fucking afford.
It's like a microcosm in New York. I went from like the gritty, low rent thing filled with kind of scummy people to
Friends.
very affluent. Right, the neighborhood for friends.